multiplying and dividing integers is much simpler than adding or subtracting because it just, for both of those, you just follow this simple rule. Okay? If both integers have the same sign, comma, the answer is positive. If both have opposite signs, the answer is negative. The simple rule of both multiplying and dividing integers. It's a simple, easy rule. That's why I give you some examples. And it's nice that we can just write parentheses to show multiplication, because it just makes that life easier. Got it ready to forge ahead into new and uncharted waters?
No. No.
So really, children, the gist of this is this. Before you even look at what your product is, before you actually do the multiplication, you should be able to tell me what the sign is that goes with it. And the only rule is, if they both have the same sign, my answer is going to be positive. If they have opposite signs, my answer is going to be negative. Opposite signs, negative, both the same signs, positive. That's as simple as it is. It doesn't get any easier than that. Okay, now the key for you is not to mix this up with adding and subtracting, because that's not the case with adding and subtracting. It's different. But once you get the sign, you just multiply. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6. It's simple multiplication. Okay? If they have the same sign, it's positive. If they have opposite signs, it's negative. Simple rule of multiplication. Now, not always is the multiplication that simple. For example, if you have a problem like this, right out of the, oh, by the way, division is the same thing. Negative 8 over negative 2, negative 8 over positive 2. I don't need parentheses for that, but positive 8 over positive 2 and positive 8 over negative 2. Right off the bat, you can look at this and tell me whether my answer is positive or negative. If they both have the same sign, my answer is positive. Opposite signs is negative, same sign positive, opposite negative. If they have different signs, you're going to get a negative. And then you just do the division. 8 divided by 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 4. Piece of proverbial cake. But here's what some of the problems maybe will look like. 6x squared y times negative 2y xyz, sorry, xyz. Okay, which is stuff that you've done before. You just have to look at it, looking at their signs. Do they both have the same sign, or do they have opposite signs?
Opposite.
So you know your answer is going to be negative. That's the first thing you put down. So it's going to be a minus, whatever. Now what do I get when I multiply? 6 times 2 is 12. X squared times x is x cubed. Y times y is y squared, and then there's a z that doesn't have anything else to multiply by with. So there is your answer. Multiplication is all the same, it's just the signs that you worry about. How about this? What do you suppose the answer to that would be? Well, what does the squared sign mean? It means that you multiply this by itself. What is a negative 6 times a negative 6? Oops,
Positive 36.
positive 36. And you don't have to put the positive sign there, but hey, if you like to float your boat, why not? How about this? Negative 1 squared. Negative 1 times negative 1, Peter? Positive 1 whole squared. How about negative 12 times negative 3? Gary?
Positive 36.
Positive 36. What about negative 12 plus negative 3? Negative 12 plus negative 3. Jacob?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. Same sign, when you add them together, keep the sign that they are. Gotta keep it all straight. Oh, here's one, something new. What about this? 3 times 2x minus 4. Distributive property that we still have a little trouble with. What do I get with this? This is actually not one, this is one that we've done before. What is 3 times 2x?
6x.
6x. What is 3 times a minus 4 is a minus 12. Opposite signs. This is a positive, that's a negative, and you're going to say with that subtraction, I'm going to tell you it's the same thing. Negative signs and subtraction are really the same thing. Now here's where people get mixed up. I'm going to switch this around. I'm going to put a negative 3 outside 2x minus 4. Okay, so really it is this. It is now a negative 3 times 2x, which is
Negative 6.
negative because they have opposite signs. And then it's a negative 3 times a negative 4, which is, no, 2 negatives, positive 12. And that's where people get mixed up. This is multiplication, negative times a negative, 2 same sign gives you positive. Okay, it'll take a while for y'all to get this kind of down pat. Let me see what else they give us here. One more of those. Negative 2x. Ooh, here's going 2x minus 5. Tell me what you get for an answer for that. Negative 2x times in parentheses 2x minus 5.
Is this the distributive property?
It is the distributive property. And it is multiplication in the distributive property. Which one do I distribute? This one or that? Let's see if you get the same thing that I get. And again, it might help you if you actually circled it like I do. You're taking 2x times this, and you're taking 2x times that. You end up with, Sammy?
Negative 4x squared plus 10.
Plus 10x. So that's there. 2x times 5 is 10. This x gets multiplied by that as well.
Oh.
The whole thing, that's why I circled it, just to make sure that I get that. X times no x is just an x. Why is it positive? Because two negatives give you a positive.